So today I thought it would just be a fun little short project to take a vocabulary test in all of my languages because I have always kind of wished that I have done this periodically throughout learning Spanish. I have done it a couple times, so we'll talk about what those were. On this site they have English, German, Spanish, and Portuguese, which are the languages that I have learned to at least some extent. Well, Catalan as well, but that is not on here. So we're going to start with my best language and go down to, well, I don't know whether, I assume my vocabulary will be better in Portuguese. Right now, I'm on my break at work, so I'm just going to take English right now. Okay, synonym of love is... No, antonym. Hopefully I've been paying attention. I don't even know if I've been paying attention, if I've gotten an antonym already. Okay. Okay, we've reached our first word that I genuinely don't know, avulse. None of these seem like the antonym of aggrieved to me. Okay, English vocabulary, 30,238. Top 0.01%. I don't know about that, but I did study quite a lot of like vocabulary in my, secondary education. So let me see, do I want to take another one? Let's try to take Spanish before my break is over. The synonym of amor. They use this like pretty much the same words. I don't know. Isn't an option on the Spanish test. It was an option on the English test. Augurio. Okay, 22,066. Your Spanish is as good as Cervantes. No, obviously not. Top 0.65%. Okay, so I do think, ideally, I think a different test would be good. I'll see if I can find another test. Okay, so for reference, March of 2024. So over 2 years ago, but still quite far into learning Spanish, my vocabulary was 16,778, top 8.38%. So I'm glad to know that it has improved. And that was post like having read, I'm pretty sure I'd already read 100 books in Spanish at that point. Like that was quite far into immersion. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Still feel like there's so far to go because I still definitely see words every book pretty much. Like every literary book that I read in Spanish, I still come across words that I don't know, which is completely fine, but is definitely a contrast to, my experience in English, so. Okay, so I think I found a better test. I did try 2 different other tests. One was lingua, I don't know. And I didn't really like that one. You were just marking whether you knew it or didn't, but there was also no translations. So sometimes even for the English ones, I was like, I think I know it, but like give me a definition and I'll tell you if I know it. And then the third one that I tried was actually exactly that. You were marking whether you knew it or not, but it did give you a definition that you could check against, so that was really helpful. So that's kind of the one that I actually think I will just move forward with instead of the one I was using here. So for the English one, it said I know 36,700 English words. Okay, and then for the Spanish test, the one that I prefer to this one, we're going to move forward with that I know 27,800 words. Okay, we are back. Hopefully I'll have time to take both of the next ones. So, I think, like I said, I think I'm going to start with Portuguese because I do think I probably have a larger passive vocabulary in Portuguese. We will test that theory. zoomies. What? Okay, so that one doesn't really work if you speak a similar language. Moving on. For Portuguese, for this one, it said that I know 2,900 words, which I think is probably an underestimate. But again, it's B1 is way more accurate than the other one. So it's probably somewhere in between there, because there were plenty of higher level words that I didn't get to answer about. But yeah, I think this is much better. Let's try German. Let's see if we have time. Okay. Lieben, mögen, viel. Häufig, Kind, Nachwuchs. Oh God, this is gonna be bad. I definitely don't have that big of a vocabulary, but you know what? If I had the vocabulary of an 8-year-old child, I would actually be really happy about it. I definitely don't, but I would be. So. And then finally, for our actual test that we're going to move forward with, it estimated that I know about 1,000 German words, which is also about what Language Reactor thinks I know, and also what I would guess that I know. I can understand more in context, but that does not mean that my active vocabulary is any higher than. Well, I gotta go back to work now. This has been a fun experiment, so I will see you again maybe sometime in the future to test these again.